Job Guys. The jobbers knew that they were jobbers. Job Guys.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro, Nick, and Ryan are here. Thank you for being here. And Nick, we are going to continue our little run of shows from exactly 35 years ago, 1990. We've done the Rumble. We've done the main event, WrestleMania 6. And now, the third edition of SummerSlam.
Summerfest.
1990. From the Philadelphia Spectrum, 19,000 people there to see, for the first time back then, a double main event. Ultimate Warrior is now the champion. He's doing okay, but apparently not good enough that we got to knock Hogan out. We're in a double main event, baby.
Right.
So we've got two main events. We're going to run this whole thing back for you as we always do. We're going to run down the card, go through the night, and at the end, categories, best and worst match, who won the night, what's the legacy of the show, and many, many more. So stay tuned for that. Before we get into everything, Nick, though, take me back to 90, summer of 90. It was always on Monday back then, which was strange. It was the day before school started at the end of August every year. Take me back, 11-year-old Nitro Nick. What do you remember about this show from back then?
Well, you took me right back because I don't have pay-per-view yet. I'm going to have to watch the VHS from my friend down the street who's going to record it. He's got satellite. I'll have it Tuesday.
At the SummerSlam.
The main events for this, Ryan, kind of just had me a little bit down going in because I thought they were obvious what was going to happen. I didn't
even
see
back then.
I didn't see Rick Rude taking the. He was a mid-card guy.
Pennsylvania pissants.
John Tenta, to me, they sold it well. I mean, when he took out Hogan, I'll give you that. I mean, I was kind of into that, but I didn't think this guy had a prayer to pinning or submitting Hulk Hogan.
I'm not a fish.
I was really hard on this pay-per-view as a kid. Excited to see it, but yeah, I was extremely hard on it. Thought it could be much better.
So I was kind of the exact opposite. I remember going to school the next day, and I did not see it live that night. I was still somewhat in the realm of my parents did not want me watching wrestling. I did watch. I'd sneak in the basement and get to watch it because they weren't, coming down and, So I got to watch it a little more. They weren't the way they were a few years ago where it was like, no, you are not watching this. Now it was like, really, you're doing that? What are you doing? This is really where it was like they just gave up. And I went to school the next day, and I'll never forget, man, everybody was talking about this show. Everybody. First time a lot of us had seen each other all year long because, it was spring or summer break. I'm all in now. Now I'm like all in beyond anything ever. I do agree, though. After I did finally see it when it came out, I got to go rent it at Video Den. Shout out to our guy Mike Brisson over there at Video Den back in the day. Actually, a month or two later, whenever it came out on Coliseum Video, I got to see it. I loved this show as a kid, except for the main events. I thought those were underwhelming, but I did like the rest of the card. We will get into that as we go on. And then what I think about it now, and I have seen this, I couldn't even tell you, at least 20 times, if not more than that. But it's been a long time since I have seen it. So we'll get into what we think about it now as we go.
It's funny how we have seen, before we started doing pay-per-views every freaking month, me and you have probably seen like WrestleMania 1 through 8 or however many it is, a million freaking times, as opposed to maybe
3, 4, 5, and 6 a million times.
As opposed to I'm not picking like WrestleMania 23, I've probably seen once or twice.
Man, well, let's jump into it. As we said, they're in Philly, 19,000 people. Vince is on commentary. First pay-per-view he has done since WrestleMania 2, when you had 3 different locations, and he was kind of being the pilot of all that, sending it to Chicago, sending it to LA. First time we do not have Gorilla or Jess in the booth, because remember, we had Shivani there for a couple in 89. First time we don't have either of them, and now Piper is in there along with Vince. First time we've seen that combo on a pay-per-view. We start things out. Tag team match. A little feud started with them a few weeks earlier. It's the Rockers taking on the brand new team of Power and Glory. P&G, they're already in the ring when the Rockers come down, and right away they hit Shawn Michaels with the chain in the knee Shawn had. This was the first of his multiple, oh my gosh, his career is going to be over. Oh wait, he's back in 2 weeks, knee injuries. This was the first one of all those. So I don't know who made him lose his smile like at the end of August of 1990. Somebody must have, because he got a knee injury. Legit, allegedly. So he's knocked out this entire match. That means Jannetty has to go it alone the whole time.
Jannetty was flowing with these guys. I'm sitting here watching this, Ryan, going, my goodness, I'm glad you told me that, because I had a nitpick on here. Why didn't they injure Shawn at the end of the match? And then let the...
No, he's hurt.
Okay, because for then what they had, this is a great match. I mean, I really thought, Jannetty looks awesome. Power and Glory and Ryan, can we talk about Power and Glory's finishing move for a second?
Powerplex.
It's freaking awesome, man.
Everything about Power and Glory is freaking awesome,
how did this
dude.
team not work? Like, why did people not see this?
If we ever do a show of biggest misses of all time, there's numerous things like people can think about. You hear it a little bit online, but I don't think a lot of people even remember Power. You want to talk about a miss. These dudes, they look sweet. They're jacked. I don't care what Triple H or Ric Flair says about Roma.
The job guy?
Yeah, he's not the greatest talker. Looks like $1 million.
That's why they got slick.
The cut-off T-shirts looks cool. Man, they look sweet.
And
dude.
Roma, you may say he can't. He can work. Roma can go. And Hercules could bring the power. You know, you almost got that heart.
And he brings the glory.
You got it. There, and Slick can talk for him, man. That's why they got the Doctor of Style. Right? Wasn't it he out there with them?
Yes, he was. Turn out the lights, the party's over after the Powerplex. But how cool, and since you mentioned that, I want anybody that thinks Roma sucks and you go and watch, he didn't fit in the Horsemen and all this kind of stuff. Watch Roma just in this match. And again, if you only ever see this match, you would think this guy is a massive star because he's so cool with the stuff he does. When they do the Powerplex, the point over to Herc, and he looks like he's sweet, hits the big splash, then he gets up, Warrior Macho Man, WrestleMania 7 style, puts his foot on Jannetty's chest, and then flexes on him as they count the 1, 2, 3. I'm like, these dudes, they're going to be the champs. They are sweet. And
great opening match.
The Rockers, too. I was a huge Rocker fan at this point. I thought, we're talking about dudes looking cool. I'm 10 years old. I thought they looked cool. I think that's the coolest Rocker outfit of all time. They got those goofy tassels and everything, and the bright colors. I thought this was the coolest Rocker outfit of all time. Jannetty has to come in, cover his leg to make sure they don't do any more damage. Everybody thought he was going to be the star back then, not Shawn. Everybody thought he was going to be the star. And then his personal life got in the way, and that was the end of that. Okay, we go back. I see. He's the champ. He's perfect. Mr. Perfect back there with Bobby the Brain Heenan, who had just become his manager a few months before. Genius is out. Heenan is in. And we start again. Looking back on it, you probably didn't realize it then, but now these backstage interviews are so scripted. But these two guys make it sound good. They make it sound cool. Perfect had that cool factor. Heenan had that cool factor. They make it sound good. We go to the Texas Tornado, brand new. He's only fighting in this match because Brutus, in the parasailing accident just before this, got kicked in the head, smashed his face all up. So it's Kerry Von Erich, the new guy, coming in. More puns about tornadoes and everything. We have the match here. This is one of our favorites of all time, Nick. Since the day I met you, we've been talking about this match and talking about the post-match interviews. Go ahead, dude. Tell me about the match.
Hey, Tornado took me out of nowhere, man, because I didn't really know the WCCW realm. I didn't follow that. So
we knew about the Flair match. at Texas Stadium,
I had
and that's
seen
about
the guy,
it. Yeah.
I had seen pictures of the Von Erichs in your magazine, when my mom was grocery shopping.
Yep.
But the match, I thought the match is actually pretty good, man. It goes over well. They keep reiterating, I think, to save Perfect, that he took this on short notice.
Yep.
He took this on short notice. Took this on short notice, So that, but it's a great finish because Perfect really goes right off the post, right into the claw, right into the tornado punch. I mean,
Good
that's
finish.
3 bam, bam, big moves. It's not like he just got schoolboyed. He got hit with basically a nuke and then pinned, and there was no kick out. That was my big shock of the match. Could not believe the tornado won, man.
I think the crowd kind of, you look at Von Erich, he's jacked. So, he
there's
looks
no
the
argument
part.
there.
He looks the part. So, but when he comes out, the crowd's kind of quiet because, again, he's been there a month. Like, people don't really know him that well. They go nuts when he wins, though. And then he's a made man now. And for the next few months, man, he was on top of the world, and then it all kind of fell off after that. He's on top of the world. And here's another one. And again, sounds stupid saying it now, but 10-year-old Sloke is like, whoa, this guy is cool, man. It worked. It worked in Perfect, maybe overselling a little. But he sold it, man. He sold it great. Fell out of the ring after he tried to get up. He tripped and fell backwards out of the ring.
Though. Yeah.
He was great. So then we go to the back. Here we go.
Oh.
Perfect. He's all still. Mean Gene has Hennig. Or Mean Gene's talking about something with Sapphire. He's like, oh, there's something going on with Sapphire. Heenan comes running in, and he's a lunatic. Like he's screaming and screaming. Oh, my gosh, this is the worst officiating I've ever seen. 1, 2, the shoulder is up. Never in my life have I been so embarrassed. He's cheating like crazy. And then Perfect starts screaming, but he doesn't make any excuses, though, which was good when Heenan is. He's like, the bump on my head's from the post. You didn't do it. I'm coming for you, man. So Perfect immediately is back being stoic. Perfect. You're getting me. I'm getting you back, dude. And then he did in December.
2 for 2 on this card at this point, Ryan.
Okay, our next match, it is Sherry Martel, manager of the Macho Man, taking on Sweet Sapphire, who is with Dusty Rhodes. But the whole month, what me and Gene alluded to, Sapphire's been getting gifts, and like elaborate gifts, diamond rings, fur coat, a trip, like all this stuff. Like, who is it who's giving all this to her? I wonder who it might be.
I don't know!
Yeah, it seems like like it could be, but no, not Sapphire. Like, how do you turn Sapphire? Like I just didn't.
The common woman with the common man. She's not down with all that stuff. We will find out later. So Sherry's in the ring. They play Sapphire's music, and she doesn't come out. And they play it again, and she doesn't come out. You're like, what the heck, man? She's missing. What's going on here? Did you see what is Sherry wearing?
Excellent question.
Is she gonna
she's gonna wrestle in this?
Yeah, this was part of it. They kind of gave it away. It didn't even look like wrestling attire.
Dude, she looked like she was going to the prom on Saturn.
And I didn't pick that up as a kid.
Yeah, well, and then she had that mask on. It's like, what is she?
Yeah,
what is this?
Paint. Yeah, it was the cat thing. It was weird, and she counts her out or forfeit. Sherry wins. Weird outfit.
You knew this was going somewhere tonight. You knew it was happening. Something was happening, but holy crap, dude. Can we get this over with? Because we did the big brother love thing at Royal Rumble. Then we had the tag at Mania. Here we are, 9 months later. We are still doing this. Like, it's not good. It's not good. So get this over with. Now we go to the back again. We got Dusty. More interviews. Dusty's like, I don't know where she is. She came here with me. I don't know what the deal is. Where the heck is she? I'm trying to figure it out. But Hacksaw comes in and interrupts Dusty. And it's just super awkward. It's like he's looking around looking for her. And he goes, I don't know.
We'll keep looking.
We'll keep looking. And it's so awkward. Again, these scripted promos, dude. It's so bad.
It's just the era. It's the cheeseasiness of that era.
Oh, man. Undertaker's performance in Suburban Commando thinks this was bad acting,
Yeah,
dude. This is not good.
You're a dead man, Ramsey.
Shocking. I just can't believe it. I did not know this, Nick. Tito Santana's facing the Warlord. Apparently, this was going to be the blow-off after a year and a half of Martel and Tito. Martel got hurt, couldn't make it. So they said, he's in Paris modeling, brother. He's got a bunch of big shows over in Paris. So they throw Warlord in there.
That's too bad, because it would have been... I know that Bruce Pritchard said, he's like, I don't think people cared. I kind of did. I would have paid to see a blow-off match from the Strike Force breakup. Not like a main event anywhere in the country.
Main event anywhere in the country.
I know, but just you ran the angle. Give me the match. I would have...
And they ran it into the ground.
Yeah, they did. It would have been nice, though, but the Warlord Tito, man... I didn't want to see this match.
Yeah.
Warlord beats Santana.
And he lost to everybody after about WrestleMania 1.
But this is it, though. This is literally like he was still the tag champion, Strike Force. Ryan, this year is it. 90 is the complete transition for Santana. He's now pretty Steve Lombardi.
Jobber Mount Rushmore.
High-profile job guy, just like the two of us.
The superstars of jobberdom.
So, demos, they say only 2 are allowed at ringside, but we don't know which ones. Remember, Crush, another guy they introduced at the end of the summer. Yeah. He's in here now because Axe got like some allergy to shellfish in Japan, so he needed time off. He couldn't work a full schedule anymore, so they start the Freebird rule here. They change heel as champions, which you never see. So here we go. Then we go to the back again. The Hearts interview, kind of corny, but I loved it as a kid. They're like, it's like Phil Collins says, it's 2 hearts beating as one. It's kind of weird, but
yeah,
I liked it then. I thought it was cool.
And he guessed wrong on what 2 demos were going to be starting. He's like, we always knew it'd be the original 2, and it's Crush.
Yeah, well, he said it wrong. Like at first they say it's going to be Smash and Crush, and then he goes like we knew Axe and Crush. Like whatever. Well, because as they remind you throughout this match, it's so hard to tell them apart, Nick. You can't tell them apart whatsoever.
That paint on the face, once they paint their face.
Like their outfits and their body types and the tattoo and stuff.
Crush is like 3 feet taller.
That's, yeah. But every time, it's so hard to tell, You just don't know. This is, I don't know when they started doing it, Nick. So this is going to be like everybody thinks Ryan's a freak, weirdo. More like dudes looking cool. They had just started wearing the coats around this time. They didn't wear them at WrestleMania 6. Here they come with the coats. Brett's got the glasses. Anvil's got that beret thing on his head. And then that ended up being Brett's look for the rest of forever, the leather jacket or whatever. Yep. And this is really when it first started. I know you love this. 2 out of 3 falls, 2 of your favorite tags of all time. Tell me a little about it, man. One of the better matches of the night.
How about they put on the best match on every SummerSlam they fight on, these 2 tag teams, man. Just great match. I was, Ryan, this one I had so much more appreciation for watching it today. I was really upset back then. The turn of Demolition was sad to me. I even realized, were they're just heels now? What the hell? And I hated LOD for this, man. I knew they were getting pushed. I still to this day don't like Legion of Doom. Nothing against them personally. I just was a huge demo guy. Saw them in okay, they're coming in. Okay, they can. And I felt like my demos were just cast to the side. This is, to me, their last shining moment, Ryan, in the WWE right here.
Oh, no doubt. Well, they're gone by WrestleMania 7. Right. That's it. And they're job guys then.
Oh, they're job guys at Survivor Series, man. I knew their team was going to get trucked by the Warriors team. This match to me was cool today. It has aged awesome to me going back and watching. It's a great match. I love that the demos are trying to get away with it, and the LOD does come out and call them out on it. My one critique on this match, I don't know why the middle round is a DQ, Ryan.
And how does that work?
Every other 2 out of 3 fall we watch, if there is a DQ, they cannot win the titles.
Didn't the Bulldogs get screwed on that on Saturday night's main event?
Yes,
but here it's fine. Yeah.
Looking back, man, I was too picky as a kid.
Wow.
This was good going. I like, yeah.
I'm the exact opposite.
Really?
I thought as a kid this was like Savage Steamboat. I thought this was like one of, if not the best match I've ever seen to this point. I loved the finish. I loved the Hearts, how they did moves nobody ever saw, like Brett standing on the middle rope. Anvil comes over, picks him up backwards and body slams him on top of dude. Stuff like that. The finish, the slingshot over top. Brett's down on all fours for the schoolboy trip and then the roll up for the pin. Stuff like that. I was like, oh, dude, this is amazing, man. Nobody's doing stuff like this. I thought it was great. Looking back on it, it's still good. I still like it, but the first fall is a little anticlimactic because Brett's in there for a pin after the elbow, Crush leg drops him, and they just pick up Brett, hit the decapitation, 1, 2, 3, and it's over. That would never happen today, because you got to hit 1,000 finishes.
No, of course
then
not.
the DQ, and you're like, a DQ. They hit the heart attack clothesline. Crush just comes in and tackles the ref. He just tackles him. And like you said, we have always been told, hey, you got to win all by no count out, no DQ. You got to pin or submit, and that happens. I've got more on this match, which I will say later on. But yeah, man, I loved this as a kid. Looking at it later in life, you're like, it's not as good as I thought it was, but it's still good. Well, they're in the back now. They're getting interviewed. Again, we don't just have pre-match interviews on this show. Everybody gets a post-match interview too. Everybody is screaming at the top of their lungs. Just like, this is like an NBA party at 2 a.m. in 1981, man. Like World B. Free and Bernard King are there like,
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
cracked out of their mind.
That's awesome.
Like, they're just, this is like cocaine-fueled insanity. And then you get Anvil in there on top of Hawk and Animal. Dude,
It was just the era, though.
And then Brett seems like he's on some downers or something. Like he's on the other drug than these guys are on. Like
He got on there, he was like, screw Goldberg.
Yeah.
Clueless idiot.
In about 8 years, there's going to be some clown from the NFL. He's coming, and he sucks.
Are you an idiot? Lost idiot.
All right, now this is the another interview. Volkov and Hacksaw, which I mentioned before. These two are together. Volkov says Hacksaw is his idol, which was hilarious. The guy's like 1,000 years older than him, I think.
And he's beat him with boards for the past 3 years. Like, I don't know what's
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're doing this because of Desert Shield and, the Cold War and all that crap. There is a very awkward spot in this interview as well. We've got Bad News Brown against Jake the Snake Roberts, main event anywhere in the country. It's a sewer rat match. Over 200 pounds of sewer rats.
Dude, did you see when they showed it? Was it a
executioner
possum?
wouldn't get on the scale. Height
No.
unknown, weight unknown, parts unknown. They got those sewer rats on the scale,
Did you
brother.
see,
They
was
weigh
it a
200.
rat? Was it a rat or was it a possum? It looked like a freaking possum when they showed it to you.
Well,
Because it was like,
dude, that's 200 pounds.
I know, it's a big rat. We're from New York, though.
He was hanging out with the Warrior before the match.
Oh, man.
Friggin', what is that? Michael Jackson's rat. Yeah, Boss Man's the referee. This is a complete waste of time, Nick. Anything on this match?
I love Jake. I know I like him more than you. I've never liked Bad News. He looked terrible to me. I don't know why I say he has like a gut with skinny arms, man. I'm like, this, you gotta get, like.
He's a legit judo champion, though.
Yeah,
which
he
funny.
is. No joke. Like, and from what I've heard, he's also really nice and cool. From people, like, from what I've heard on internet, but whatever, But I just wasn't a Bad News fan because his matches this is a terrible two to put together because their matches are the same. They don't end. Neither one of these guys ever has a pinfall or submission to end a match.
Dude, I literally have. This is another Jake match that doesn't end.
No. Did he get pinned at house shows or he pinned at house shows? I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, he never finished on television. I mean, WrestleMania 3, I guess. I love his demeanor. I love his voice, his mic skills. It's too much with him. But a lot of times, it's like today, I've talked to you and me and you, we got to get over. dudes are going to kick out of nukes. Like, that's just what wrestling is today. You know, I mean, we can't look back and like, yeah, guys got DQ'd. They DQ'd a main event at Wrestle Freaking Mania, man. Bogus! I don't like it. I wish they could have.
Didn't have to be Jake every time.
I get it.
We'll have more on that later. Another interview. Demos, they're ticked. They lost. Nothing about this. Just smashed, as always, is great. He's just over the top with the faces. I am so mad. As I was watching this dude, I'm like, when I met them a couple of years ago, I was like, why on earth did I not have Smash make all those faces at me?
Yeah.
Like, they were like the greatest people ever. They were so nice. They're like, here, hold the belt. Come back here. Take a picture. They sat there and talked to us forever. So cool. Like, they were like the coolest dudes on earth. He totally would have done it if I would have said, bro, you gotta do the twitching for me. Missed opportunity. Hey, here we go. More junk. Brother Love is here for another SummerSlam interview. This time, more people they're bringing out. They are reintroducing Sergeant Slaughter. He goes after America, says America's weak. He declares war on America and Nikolai Volkov. Look out. There's a war everybody wants. People are against war. This is why. Because nobody wants Sergeant Slaughter against Nikolai Volkov.
Nobody cares what you guys have to say.
No wonder everybody hates war. Good night. Who was asking for that? I freaking hate this. More later. Nick, anything. You know how I feel about Brother Love, man.
Yeah, I do. You hate him more than me. It's another one.
I hate him more than everybody.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Ryan, this was tough. I was curious on you. I did not watch when Sergeant Slaughter was face in the WWE, like early 80s. So
it was right before Hogan. He was a bad guy. He became a good guy.
I didn't see any, like, I didn't watch that. Yep. So my knowledge of Slaughter is G.I. Joe.
Yep.
So this made zero sense to me, Ryan. Like,
you're the same person. I have the same thing written down.
Zero. I mean, this guy is kicking Cobra Commander and Serpentor and Destro to the curb weekly. And now he's coming in here and he's stopping the most evil terrorist organization. I mean, they created a terrorist clone in Serpentor, and he helped stop them. You know, like they did.
This is the SummerSlam show. He's breaking down.
Remember they went to all those tombs and they got
Flint came out and
No, they got the DNA from like the most evil people of all time and created Serpentor. And G.I. Joe, what's his Slaughter takes him now, man.
G.I. Joe. Nobody takes on Cobras better than Sergeant Slaughter.
And now he's with Brother freaking Love. Like, and he's with Iraq. Like, it's like, it just, what am I watching, man? Like,
I know.
I just didn't, and on top of that, Ryan, and this, no offense, he looked like not great to me.
Yeah,
you know,
he was out of shape.
Like, as a guy that's going to challenge my two top dudes, the Warrior and Hogan, are you freaking kidding me?
You've got to be kidding me.
It didn't work for me, Ryan.
What do you think Lady Jane and Duke thought about it? Can you
Probably devastated, man. And he has all the clearance codes to get in the freaking bases and stuff. So God only knows, Ryan. God only knows.
I do know Hawk was devastated. And Flint still won't talk to him.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Especially that group that he put together, man. What were they? The Degenerates or something? Like, he put this group.
No, that was Triple H. Yeah, I got the same. I literally have the same thing because I didn't watch when he was a heel. He became good in '84 when he was walking down the aisle in the Iron Sheik. Same deal, except the exact opposite. Iron Sheik had won the belt, and after Hogan beat him, then those two feuded for a while. But I wasn't watching then. I knew G.I. Joe.
I was 5, man. I watched Hogan. I didn't know anything. My memory wasn't great from that era either.
And he calls him. He says at the end, he goes, Saddam Hussein would kick our butts. So there's that. Sapphire walks past Mean Gene, goes into her locker room. She won't open the door. Then we get the Hacksaw and Volkov match against the Orient Express.
It's a good match. It's fun.
I
You
didn't.
like it?
I fast forwarded.
Oh,
I
it's
didn't
fun.
want- I saw them sing "God Bless America."
It's
my ears
awful.
started bleeding,
Oh,
so
my
then I
God.
went to clean up and missed the 2-minute match. I missed.
Piper said it sounded like dinner was from the dog pound or something like that. I don't know. It was just
It wasn't
bad.
great.
No, it was awesome. The match was fine for what it was.
All right, next up, they build this card, not smallest to biggest, but they go
Oh.
boom, boom, boom to end of this thing.
Terrible build on
We
this
get
card.
Dusty and we get Savage. Again, going back to the Sherry and Sapphire thing, this feud has been going for like 9 months. We finally get it on TV, one-on-one. And it goes 2 minutes and 15 seconds. And the reason it goes 2:15 is because right before the match, Ted interrupts. He's back on the Mean Gene interview stage. He calls the fans nickel and dime peons, which is the greatest thing ever. And he says he bought Sapphire. She comes out with that fur coat, with the diamonds, with a bag full of money.
Proving
He says
everybody's
everybody's
got a
got a price. Yes, sir. Dusty's all distracted and sad, so he loses in 2 minutes, 15 seconds, gets drilled in the head with the purse. Whatever you think about that, then they chase Ted out to the limo after that.
Yeah.
I don't know what people thought, because they do cheer Dusty whenever he comes out and everything on every show. But man, when Ted came out and they did the Sapphire reveal, crowd was dead. They just didn't care whatsoever. But anything about it other than, once again, this is the blow off, and what a disappointment.
I just think they overestimated the care of. It was cool to see Sapphire, the fans, if you will. It was fine. She's with her. He's the common man, the common woman. If she left, though, no, I don't think it would have missed a beat, and Rhodes would have kept going. The fans would have kept cheering him.
Right.
Nobody would have sat there being like, "Hey, where's Sapphire?" I just wanted a 10 to 15 minute Savage Rhodes match, dude. I
Yep.
wanted one at 6. I didn't get it. Got the intergender tag. I wanted one here. Didn't get it. That's why I was just bummed about this. For what it is as a match, it does go. I mean, it flies by quick, but it's decent for a 2-minute match. But it just kind of stinks. It's a 2-minute match, man.
So here we go. We got 2 more matches. It's the double
Savage
main
wins.
event. They begin with Hogan and Earthquake. Hogan is not last. Warrior is last. Part of that is also because they got to put the cage up. It doesn't drop down like it does today. They got to build the big blue cage. Boss Man is in his corner because Tugboat got squashed. He's out. Possibly, in case they decide to go, he turns on Hogan and becomes, you guessed it, Chic Tugboat.
I want to be a tugboat.
So that's there. Hogan is over like frickin' Rover, dude. What a pop for Hogan when he comes out. This is a classic Hogan match where he gets dealt on early, can't get the big guy off the ground, tries to slam him, gets dropped.
It's fine.
Classic Hogan match. He ends up winning by countout. I'll get into a little more later. Your thoughts on this match and how it ended. And they keep Earthquake strong. He doesn't get pinned. And then chokes out Hogan afterward, gets hit with not a chair. We didn't see chair shots
It's like
back
a
then.
step.
It's like a step ladder.
That's
Did they think
ladder,
that
yeah.
wouldn't hurt as bad? Well, whatever happened, it pinched his back and ripped the chunk out of his back.
Yeah, it did. Ryan, another match I like more today than I did, but I hated this back then.
Did you?
I was so mad. It's a DQ, right? I want to watch this stuff. But like you just said, they're trying to push Earthquake and keep him strong for some sort of feud with Hogan.
And we know in Flint, Michigan, because they came here, this was the house show feud for the next 6-8 months.
Right. And, the match is fine. Is it a regular Hogan match? Sure, but we could say that with everybody who wrestled. It's a regular Flair match. It's a regular whomever match.
Yep.
It was fine. The slam through the table on the outside, I forgot about that.
Did you?
It's cool as hell, man.
I thought so.
I did. Because we hadn't seen it, Ryan. Like, he picked up this huge freaking
The
mountain
table's
of a
just
dude.
sitting there for no reason. All
I know,
of a sudden, out of the blue,
But it
appears.
didn't break. I wish it would have broke. But
He took a live route because he fell backwards off that table.
yeah, but I thought, he slammed him on the outside. I just, again, not happy about the count out. But I will say, as a kid, I don't know why. The boss man gets in there and smashes him in the back with that steps, and all three of the Bravo, Earthquake turns around. Here comes Jimmy. He drops that, takes a stick, and starts. I went nuts just like the place did. I thought that was so cool, man.
Hogan wins, dude, and he starts jumping up and down like a little kid.
She's here.
It was so goofy, man. And then Piper, which we haven't really talked about at all yet, he's like maybe the best of both worlds. He's a good guy announcer, but then he will call out Vince when Vince is being like way over the top. They're cheating. He's like, no, dude, they got a 5 count. They can get in and out. That's fine. He broke no rules. And he does it here. He's like, what's Hogan cheering about? He didn't win anything, but he's jumping around like a little kid. Okay, we have to do a bunch more interviews again because they have to build this cage. So we get a Rude interview, more scripted. There's a very awkward point where he goes from this camera to this camera, and he like stops. He's talking like mid-sentence, and then
yeah, he does that twice.
I'm going to beat you, Warrior. Like, oh my gosh, this is bad. Hogan has his interview. He introduces the 4th commandment on this show, which is train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and believe in yourself. That was the 4th one. He says brother no less than 43 times in this interview. They go to Quake. He's pissed. He says he'll be back, whatever.
Yeah.
Warrior, we have an interview. Oh, yeah, you got it. Yeah, how did I forget? I love that. It's the greatest.
It's the greatest, dude.
Warrior interview. What does Rude and Heenan have in common with the Liberty Bell, Nick?
One is cracked, and the other is a ding-dong. Shut up! Dude, the Warrior's like an 80s sitcom. You leave it where it is, man. Like a lot of them just don't hold up today.
Warrior Rude. The big thing here is Warriors really only lost once, I believe, on TV, and it was to Rude at WrestleMania 5.
They should have played
and they're running this into the ground.
I thought they should have done more. I thought Rude should have came out with the belt again tattooed on his pants like he did at 5, because that was when he beat him. But yeah, they did play into that. That helped. I thought the intro was awesome. Rude standing up on the cage, looking down at the Warrior. The Warrior climbs the cage and fights his way into the cage. I thought that was cool. The match is actually a decent cage match for these two guys. They draw blood pretty early, I think, to get the fans involved and liking it. Only problem, like I said, Ryan, there was less than 0.5% of me that thought Rude had a chance of winning this match.
Even back then. Yeah.
Even back then as a little Warrior.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I never looked at Rude as a legit contender at all. And I watched WCW back then, and he was better with the Dangerous Alliance and everything. He was better. But even then, I was like, I just didn't see him on the level of the Warrior Whogan, Andre, whoever.
Dude, I got his shirt on right now. Then. I love Rude. He's an IC guy. Me. That's where it ends.
Yep. Shout out to Nick's dad. Piper says about Warrior, he goes, why doesn't Rude just tie his armbands to the cage? Quote, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Piper says that as the good guy announcer here. So he's all over the place.
My dad hated anything that hung off you. Thanks. Anything.
Grab him by the tie and hit him. Yeah. First cage match I remember, I could be wrong, where there were pinfalls in the cage match.
I wrote that down. Yeah. Is this the first time? I had that question for you that we're now allowing, because it used to always be exit over the top or through the door.
Through the door.
That's it. And now, you can pin.
Yep. Well, what ends up happening is Rude has this thing won. He hits the Rude Awakening, hits a chop off the top, goes to do it a second time. Shouldn't have done it. Went to the well one too many times, brother. And then the Gorilla Press Slam. Warrior climbs out. It's over with.
And I would never, in separate matches, book Hogan and the Warrior next to each other. Their matches are the same. Like, they fight the same, right? One guy gets beat. Yes. I would never book them back to back on each other. But
all right.
Yeah. All right.
We call this the ultimate run back, and we'll hit it right now. A little bit different this time. No Jesse, no Gorilla. Tons of interviews, though, to get a line of the night out of. Do you have a line of the night?
Ryan, we use it. Oh, yeah. And you take the Intercontinental Championship. Well, the lump on my head is from the post.
Well, the lump on my head is from the post.
Never before have I been humiliated.
Never before have I been humiliated. The worst.
The moron can't count. 1, 2, the shoulder is up.
No, but he counts.
Yeah.
It's great, dude.
We have no reason to say that either. Like,
no,
I don't have any bumps on my head. Like, I no one's pinfalling me, but for some reason,
if I ever do, because it stinks too. Because when you get knocked in the head, usually you're pissy right after. So I need the next time be like, oh, never before have I been so humiliated.
Yeah, we say it for absolutely no reason.
We do.
Like somebody takes your parking spot, and you're like, 1, 2, the shoulders up. What that makes absolutely no sense.
We've loved that line for.
Well, we're idiots. So we're talking about
That's my
35-year-old wrestling.
I got the same
thing. I got the same thing. Absolutely. How about funny moment? Although that does qualify. Do you have a funny moment of the night?
Ryan, I'm sorry, not a moment. Anything watching the earthquake, doing that freaking thing, and watching him do the interview.
And then you're gonna feel the driver.
Yeah, the earthquake interviews they're hilarious, man.
I got 2 different ones, even though that's always a favorite by default. Perfect's coming down the aisle, and Piper says, and he just so happens to have the perfect girlfriend who has nice hair all over her body. Well, 10-year-old Ryan's going, what does that mean, Mom? You're not allowed to watch wrestling anymore.
Yeah, this is why Vince is the devil, Ryan.
Yeah, that's how that went. What's aged the best over the last 35?
This is really starting a play of where you watch, good or bad. I know you're saying you're over some of these storylines, good or bad. You're watching a story. It's almost like a Raw. This pay-per-view is almost like, you're watching things. Everybody, and I don't know why the tornado didn't, but almost everybody is getting a pre and post interview, and we're seeing everybody progress to their next feud.
Yeah, again, I'm the exact opposite. I always loved this pay-per-view. Age the best. You kind of just stole my thunder there. This is the first pay-per-view, and then they started doing it for like maybe the next 2 years, where we have storylines developing throughout the pay-per-view. It is like a Raw. The big one here, obviously, is Dusty and Sapphire. And in between every match, they are doing some sort of, we don't know where she's at. She's gone. She's got all this stuff. She's not returning. Like, we don't know where she went. Then she shows up, locks herself in a room. Then she shows up with all the gown on
even
and everything.
Something as so trivial as the demos screaming in their room. They're not worried about the hearts. They're shifted their focus to LOD. We're transitioning there. Yeah,
there's tons of stuff like that throughout the night. And then you see it big time at Royal Rumble 91 with Savage and Warrior and Sherry. That goes out throughout the night. So this was kind of their thing. This has Pritchard written all over it with the storylines intertwining throughout as the night goes. How about the opposite? What is the worst? Oh, you got more?
Oh, I got a ton. So I'll let you take one. If maybe you can knock one of mine out. Go ahead. What's yours? What age the worst?
Okay. I thought you meant best. For the worst, the Volkov interview is not good at all. Mooney says, again, some scripted diatribe that takes forever, and then he stops talking. And Hacksaw and Volkov just sit there. Neither of them talk. And then Volkov finally, puts his arm out like, hey, talk, Nikolai. And he goes, the Orient Express. Ha! This is the American Express. Don't leave home without it.
Don't leave home without it.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Which is their, that was American Express's catchphrase back then for their commercials and everything. It was just so bad. Like, really, we're trying to make Nikolai a nice person who's funny and people like it ain't gonna work. And it didn't.
The way Bobby Heenan talks about a tornado ripping through and ferociously and turning over
Just kicks around some dust, dude.
dust on Panhandle. But I thought the big dog, Sergeant Slaughter, talking about how Saddam's forces are going to kick the American people, the American forces' butts.
Well, he was talking about somebody else. He was talking about Saddam Hussein.
Yeah,
it was a different guy.
Again, I'm not offended or anything. Like, I don't want to put it like that. I'm just thinking something that probably didn't age well. We're not even at, we're just getting into
It just started.
Yeah, let's not. Maybe not the time. I'm not, and again, I'm not a guy for censorship or anything like that, but there's sometimes like read the room.
What's the most rewatchable scene, part, whatever, of this show?
Perfect. His interviews.
The
with Bobby.
interviews, okay.
The interviews with Bobby. Yes, I can watch his pre and post interviews. Those are, to me.
And I have.
Yeah, those, yeah. And I've probably sent them to other people as well to watch. So, yeah, it's, yes.
I didn't even think about that. Yes, I have watched those interviews a million times. But yeah, I had the end of either that match or the Hart match I really like. I thought those were very good. And I will get into more of one of those in a second. How about match of the night? Which one you got? We got a few contenders here.
I gave it to the Hearts and the Demos.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun way to to end that championship run, I guess. The Hearts are over. We're moving away from the Demos. I get it. The LOD's coming in. Axe trying to hide under the ring. They pull them out. I don't know. That's my favorite match of the night.
I got that on here too. I probably would not have even thought about it 2 days ago. It would have been, Hearts, without question. I, again, did not like it as much as I did back in the day because of the DQ and all that kind of stuff. Just because it played out so well. Dude, the Rockers' power and glory, man. Just the way they pushed them, and then Jannetty gets a monster push. Nobody, felt... Everybody's like, man, what a valiant effort by Jannetty, man. Yeah. What a great job. And then, again, they put the tag belts on them 2 months later, and then the rope broke and whatever, but they were going somewhere with the Rockers too, man. And I just like the way that played out. Again, is it Savage Steamboat? No, but it was booked awesome. What a great job there. So either one of those, I think, were really good. How about the opposite? Worst match of the night. Again, we got a couple contenders here.
I don't hate any of these. I picked Santana and the Warlord because I don't care. I knew Santana's career as a main event or even mid-card guy was coming to an end, even at 11 years old. So I'm like, I didn't want to see that match. Nothing against the match. I still think Santana, one of the most underrated workers of all time in the industry. But I just didn't. I guess the good thing is Santana, I think, gets the Warlord back at Survivor Series.
I get all of those. And Jake in Bad News.
Yeah.
Don't care at all. Hacksaw tag match. Don't care at all. But because I did care, and this is the blow off, and it went 215. Savage and Dusty, dude. Yeah. What a freaking waste. Yeah. And we had to sit through this feud since December of the year before.
I was pissed too, right?
And I'm like, dude, this sucks. And we had to sit through this, and this was the payoff. It was bad. What was the moment of the night?
Hogan slamming him through the table for me.
Okay.
I thought that was cool. He's still the biggest star in the wrestling industry in 1990.
Mine's a little more elaborate. Mine is the end of the Hart match. They do the slingshot over the top, shoulder tackle, Brett schoolboys him 1, 2, 3. The Hart Foundation's music does not hit right away. That would never happen today. And we call it in the sports broadcasting business, they call it laying out. And the announcers don't do that enough anymore. You know, somebody hits a home run, and that is, you don't have the announcer going, oh, it's a home run by Gibson. Dodgers win game 1 of the World Series. You let the crowd tell the story. You let the picture tell the story. I think they did that here as well as they've ever done it before. Piper yells something, but then they lay out. The music doesn't hit. All you hear is the crowd going crazy. And over top of Brett, who just won, is the Anvil, who came in kind of like Marty earlier in the night. Looks like he's protecting Brett. He's laying over top of him. And then he's doing his laugh. Like he does. We just won the belts. We got the belts back. And just the look on his face, like you believed it, like this was real. And it is real for Brett. But it looked like it was real. Like, dude, we just did it. We just did it. And then the music hits. And then you get the guys talking. I thought that was awe. And I love that image of Anvil sitting over top Brett, like protecting him.
It's great.
And the laugh. I thought that couldn't be more absolutely perfect. Hot take, Nick.
If Hulk Hogan pins Earthquake, I think this, and I think you could say the same thing about WrestleMania 8. If Hulk Hogan pins Sid, I think both are viewed as better pay-per-views, much better pay-per-views. I think that count out in the main event really gives a overall bad shadow to this pay-per-view, and it doesn't deserve it because I don't think this, again, it's not a greatest SummerSlam. It's not a terrible one though either. It's worth watching.
Yeah.
And I
There's
think
good stuff on here.
And I think if Hogan wins, the place goes nuts. I think it changes the pay-per-view.
I got two. Brother Love isn't just bad. He's one of the worst characters in the history of wrestling. And it might not even be, he may be the worst. I mean, this is all-time go-away heat.
Worse than The Fiend or worse than The Six?
It's up there. It's up there. It's up there.
Wow.
Because they put this guy on multiple pay-per-views and doing these long interviews. I mean, Vicky Guerrero thinks this guy's annoying, man.
So you'd rather watch Vicky?
No, but she thinks he's annoying is what I mean. It's go away heat, dude. I mean, it's bad.
Gotcha.
The other one, and I know this is sacrilegious. We mentioned it earlier. Jake's matches on pay-per-view are unwatchable.
Really?
From WrestleMania 4. Unwatchable. From WrestleMania 4 on. WrestleMania 4, 15-minute time limit. They're both eliminated. He fights Hercules at 88 SummerSlam. Who gives a rip? Andre DQ at WrestleMania 5. Ted count out at WrestleMania 6. He's not at SummerSlam 89. Then you got the blindfold match. Like
I love the blindfold.
Well, you and a few other are it. He's unwatchable on pay-per-view after WrestleMania 4. Like it's bad. And they don't end. A lot of options here. 2 titles changed here. Who won the night? Who's the big winner other than Mikey? Because Mikey wins.
Mikey, that's who. Mikey's the big winner. Mikey wins.
The Big Boss Man.
Whoa!
The Big Boss Man.
Whoa.
And here, I know, I'm shocking you. He's in the Jake match.
Right,
Plays a
as
huge
the referee.
role in that. Saves Damien. He's with Hogan in the pre-interview.
Yes.
He's out during the match with Hogan. He
interferes during the match, and they don't call a DQ at all. He's
right.
Yeah.
He almost is a hindrance sometimes. But he helps Hogan at the end. He's in the post-interview with Hogan. I think in all the people, this is a big push for the Big Boss Man who has just turned face recently. And this
looks like a different dude than even Mania 6, where he's still super fat. He's in shape of his life.
I know people are going to be like, he didn't even wrestle a match. It wasn't about that to me. It's like, but he's just constantly there. He's just constantly there. He is the biggest. He overshadows Jake and Bad News in their match. He comes in and he is a big player in the Hogan match.
So you're right there to the point where he's fighting for the IC title at WrestleMania 7, but I'm going to go with a first-place tie. I'm going to cheat the 2 people that won belts. The Hearts already were massive, but not as good guys. and we see them here as good guys win the belts. They align with LOD, who say whatever you want. They were the biggest thing. Everybody thinks they're the greatest tag team of all time. Now they're in WWF for the first time ever, and they align with them. Again, this sounds stupid, but guess what? It is something. It makes their presentation better. Oh, they're wearing coat. You think they're cool because they wear coats? Yeah, I actually do. It makes their presentation better. They're good guys now. They're the champs. They knocked off the greatest tag team of all time to this point. In my mind, Demolition. I think they very easily could have won the night. And the other one, he's brand new. Texas Tornado comes in, knocks off Mr. Perfect, wins the belt. Last one, Nick. Some pay-per-views, you don't have one. Others, you have a little one. Some are huge. WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 17.
I got you.
What is the legacy? Some don't have a legacy at all. What do you think the legacy will be here?
I think you used the right word, but in a wrong context. Huge. It's the era of the new big man in the WWE. They're not built like Stud. They're not built like Hogan. It's Earthquake, Tugboat,
fat
Yoko. That's the new big guy to me now. You look who's come. Mabel. You look at who's coming in over the next years as your top big
you're saying
monsters.
Earthquake starts it here.
You're saying. I think this is really the first pay-per-view where you've got a plus size guy, if you will, that is plus. Not to.
He gets his wrestling gear at Lane Bryant.
Andre wasn't just fat.
He's fat.
That's not what you were. It was Andre. The Stud was.
Bundy was fat.
Bundy was. He was. I'm just saying. But this starts to me an era of all these guys they're just big guys that don't quite get over, Ryan.
I'm going to stay there with you, but different. It's not just the big guys. This is the era of new everything. This is the first major show of the downfall. We talked that WrestleMania 6, when we did that review, that was the beginning of the end. This was maybe the climax. People say WrestleMania 3 was the climax. No, the climax is when you hit and you start going down. It started going down after 6. And then this one, the legacy here, they start introducing new characters. You just said it. Big Boss Man starts to get his big push. Earthquake starts to get his big push. LOD showed up a month before. Tornado showed up a month before, and there's probably other ones I'm not mentioning.
Power and Glory are repackaged. I mean,
Power and Glory. They start pushing new guys, and none of them, even LOD, they didn't get what they thought they were getting out of LOD. They were over as heck for a year, but they didn't get what they thought they were going to get.
Their WWE run's not good, right? Anytime it's not a good.
They don't win the belt until next SummerSlam,
right?
And then there was drug issues and whatever, and then by the time you hit SummerSlam 92, you've got Rocco in there.
Who thought up that crap?
It did not go the way they thought. But these new characters did not take them or keep them at the level that they thought they'd be at. And Warrior didn't either. And then the Sergeant Slaughter thing, you mentioned people didn't like it. Sponsors started pulling out because they were exploiting the war. So this is really the first show. I think the legacy here is it's the first show of the downfall. Thank you, by the way, for watching this and checking us out, whether you made it 10 minutes, 20 minutes, or the entire way. We appreciate it so much. If you haven't, hit like, hit subscribe. Please comment. Tell us what you think about it. Let us know in the comments on YouTube, because then it gets to other people. More people can watch this, and more people can become a part of the Job Guy community here. And we would really appreciate that. And the bigger and better it gets, the bigger and better we can get. So, as always, thanks, Nick. Thank you. Till then, Job Guys out.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.